Picture this. Sunny sky, beautiful lake, but you don't really recognize anything because you're in a boat, sweating and fighting with your team. Where are we? Back in 2018, fighting for the World Championship gold medal in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. And the hands are sweating, the heart is pounding, and the legs are burning heavily. But suddenly, something absolutely magical happens. It's like the boat begins to glide on its own, picking up even more speed than before. The silence in the middle of the chaos, the absolute flow moment. And even though you're under an enormous amount of pain and pressure, it feels like time is totally standing still because you're rooted so deeply into the present moment. And it was in that moment when I realized that pressure isn't the enemy. It's actually a booster, and we've just unlocked it. And this is also why I'm standing here today to talk to you how you can transform pressure into a booster for your success. But my story actually starts somewhere else. It actually starts in a room like this at the university. I had to do a group project once where a classmate of mine just panicked right before the presentation. Even though we were all prepared together so well, he couldn't handle the pressure of putting it in front of the class and the tutor. But honestly, I totally understand him, because I've been there myself too. When I had to speak the first time in front of a big audience, I felt like my heart was pounding so loud that I was sure that everybody in the room could hear it. Even though I practiced hundreds of times before, in the moment when I had to stand up and go in front, it felt like my mind completely shut down and my body went into full panic mode. I somehow got through, but the feeling was absolutely awful. And honestly, guys, who of you knows this kind of feeling when you're nervous? Just raise your hand if you know that feeling. All right. I mean, we are all sitting in the same boat here, see? So the thing is, what I didn't know back then, but I realized years later, it wasn't the pressure itself that blocked me. It was actually my reaction to it. I saw pressure as the enemy, not as a booster. And this is the transformation I want to share with you today. Recent research shows that more than 60% of us actually see pressure as a threat. But what if it's an ally we are almost reading? So let's say, for example, you want to learn a new language. And you already imagine that in your mind, that you're going to use that language in a few years in a foreign country, speaking to people there. But then you sit at home alone in your room and you have to practice vocabulary for hours. I mean, who likes to sit at home alone, practice vocabulary for hours, right? Or you try to apply a new morning routine. Cold shower, wake up early, go to the gym, maybe a certain type of nutrition, meditation. The list is long. But honestly, after a few days, or maybe even weeks, you just stop it. Or you say to yourself, today is the day. Today I'm going to finish my essay and hand it in. But then you think, but the flat white in a cafe together with my friends tastes so much better than a filter cafe at home. Oh, sorry guys, in Mannheim 2025 you drink matcha latte, right? Just kidding. But you get the point. We are all sitting in the same boat. The problem is how we handle pressure. We fight it instead of using it. So today I'd like to show you 3 signals, or better, 3 steps actually, how you can transform your pressure into success. 5 days before our magical win at the World Championship and this absolute crazy flow moment I just described, we rode our heat. And we won the heat, which secured us the spot in the final. So far, so good. The problem was, in the other heat, Italy and the USA were more than 3 seconds faster than us. And this was a tough moment. Nobody really wanted to say it. We were sitting there in a team meeting because the big question was, are we all of a sudden too slow to win? But then we opened up. We openly discussed our fears and insecurities that actually even our coach had. And by opening up and having the courage to speak about it, we gave this so-called subconscious shadow, we gave it a face or a form. And by that, we weakened it. It's like Carl Gustav Jung once said, 95% of your thoughts live in the subconscious, and almost 80% of them are negative. Negative belief structures, fears, doubts, insecurities. So I want to encourage you guys, when you go to bed tonight, before you go to bed, ask yourself, what is it that puts me under pressure? And how does it look and feel? Because becoming aware of it is such a magical step. And this is the first step today I want to share with you, because you should consider it taking pressure with you in the boat instead of fighting it. For us at this day, it was the fear of not being able to win the final and not being able also to fulfill our role as the defender, because we've won already in 2017. But in the end, we did it. And this was also the result of very hard work and training, of course. Because I remember weeks before this competition, we were in a training camp in Austria. Every day, 40 to 50 kilometers of rowing together, weightlifting, a lot of training hours. But we had a big problem because we had a lack of speed, we were not in the right flow, and we are not really connected with our movements. So we did something very unusual. We put a rope around the boat. Why? Of course, pressure. Because we've already learned so far now, pressure is not the enemy. Pressure is our friend. And what did the rope do to us? It slowed us down, of course. It interrupted and interfered our flow. But we had to adapt to it. We had to find new ways to connect. We had to find new ways to move closer together, technically, but also physically. And I really want to encourage you guys, wherever it is in your life, maybe you're in university, build a career in a startup or at work, wherever it is, when pressure hits you, just ask yourself, how does this pressure help me grow? How does this pressure help me grow? So the second step, in other words, reframe your pressure. You just put another frame around it. Before, maybe it was something negative, maybe a little bit more negative. Because, pressure is not a nice and easy feeling. But just because it's not a nice and easy feeling, doesn't mean that it's negative. So put a positive frame around it. Tell yourself, how does this pressure make me grow? And when we were on the way to defend our title, of course, every training session was super hard. But that's also because we used those pressure points tactically, mentally, and technically to grow. Because the thing is, in the end, it's not only about achieving your goal. It's about who you have to become in order to achieve it. It's not only about achieving the goal, it's about who you have to become in order to achieve it. And then, when you're on this path and take these first two steps and then focus on being in the present moment and giving your all, you can get into a flow state easier than you might think. It's this feeling when time seems to slow down and every cell and nerve in your body seems to know its role. Everything is falling into place. Because flow is no luck. It's the reward of taking these first two steps and leading you into the third one I'm going to speak about now. Famous flow researcher Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, he once called it the optimal challenge. Not too easy, not too hard, just right. And guys, I have a little surprise for you. Because now it's time to get active. Because just to sit and listen here about how to turn pressure into a booster is super nice, right? But we take it to the next level, okay? Together. Are you ready for that? Okay. Nice. So first, put your phones away. Thank you. Okay, then. It might be, for some of you, maybe a little bit awkward, but don't worry. I will guide you through, and the feeling will be absolutely amazing. So, first step, everybody stand up. worked better than I expected. Awesome. Nice. Cool. Okay. Second step, just for a few seconds, please close your eyes. Just for a few moments. Don't worry, it won't be too long. Just close your eyes and trust me. Now, also in the last row, please close your eyes. Perfect, thank you. Okay, now I want you to imagine in front of your eyes that one thing that puts you under pressure right now in your life. Maybe you have something already in your mind from my speech. Maybe it's something different. Maybe from your private life, maybe from work, maybe from school, university, whatever it is, something that puts you under pressure. And now, I would like to invite you to imagine taking that pressure for your success, transforming it, using it, instead of fighting it. Maybe you already feel a little bit more excited now, and you can feel that growing in your body. And now, I would like to invite you. I will count down from 3 to 1, and then you will make your best winner pose. You will make a winner pose and shout, yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're going to do it together. The whole room is doing it together. So if you're maybe a little bit afraid, no worries. It will be absolutely amazing. Okay. All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. We do it again. No, just kidding. Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome. All right. You can sit down again. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Oh, yes. But please stay with me for another 2 or 3 minutes. So, I think you can already feel something different in your body, right? And for example, tonight you come home, maybe you have to do the dishes, you don't want to do it. Put your favorite music on, get into an excited state and do it. And just enjoy it. Because that's also what it's about. No matter what your task is. And you can do that with everything else in your life too. Even if it's at work, at home, whatever it is. Get excited. And this is the third step. All right. So, basically, why did I do that with you? You feel a difference now, I think. And actually, I would always do that before every race in my career. Since I was very young. I would stand in the mirror, look into my face, and make the winner pose. And imagine, and this is the, of course, also important part of it, imagine how it would feel if I crossed the finish line first. How would it feel if I cross the finish line first and I can raise my hands to celebrate? And that connects you to this goal. And it also brings you into the flow. As well as in 2018, when we managed to win this gold medal and had this absolute flow moment. If you want to go, guys, for the gold medals in your life, it's inevitable to overcome resistance, fears, and struggles over and over again. Because if a performance is important to you, you will always feel pressure. And instead of fight it, use it. So to summarize a little bit, step 1, map your shadows. What is it that puts me under pressure? And how does it look and feel? Step 2, reframe your pressure. Ask yourself, how does this pressure make me grow? And step 3, sink into flow. Bring yourself into a positive, excited energy, believing you can do it. And then go for it, over and over again. So the thing is, everybody has this feeling. Everybody knows this feeling. Even I am standing here now. But the difference is how you respond to it and what you make out of it. So if it's in the lecture hall, workplace, life, wherever it is, pressure isn't your enemy. It's actually your booster.